The first day of the G20 summit in New Delhi, head of the host nation Narendra Modi announced the group had finally reached a consensus on a leader's declaration.
घोषणा करता हूं.
Hard won after days of negotiation to overcome deep divisions about the war in Ukraine. It calls against the use of force to seize territory, something some members believe Moscow has already done, and describing the use of nuclear weapons as inadmissible. It noted divergent views on the conflict, but included a more unified call to do more to tackle the climate crisis and provide much-needed debt relief to emerging economies.
Many of them have still not recovered, particularly in Africa and even many parts of Asia. Many have not recovered from the blow that the pandemic inflicted on their economies.
The group agreed to an annual fund of $4 trillion to accelerate the transition to renewable energy and $6 trillion before 2030 to help developing countries reach emissions targets. Earlier, African Union chairperson Azali Assoumani was warmly welcomed as he took his seat at the G20 table for the first time. The addition was welcomed by the AU's 55 member states, including South Africa, which was previously the only African member of the G20.
For us, it was not sustainable that you could have more than 1 billion people excluded.
The move was put forward by Modi, who was eager to project New Delhi as a leader for developing countries, though analysts say it still lags behind Beijing when it comes to influence on the world stage.
As a provider of infrastructure, as a provider of aid, as a provider of military assistance, India simply can't match China's offering.
However, the first day ended with an initiative designed to do just that. The announcement by the US and its allies to build an economic corridor linking India to the Middle East and Europe.
This is a big deal. This is a real big deal.
The economic corridor is seen as a plan to rival China's Belt and Road Initiative, which connects Asia to Africa and Europe. Chinese President Xi Jinping was absent from this year's summit for the first time since coming to power, leading some to believe that he's choosing to focus instead on groupings like the BRICS, where Beijing's voice is more dominant. Katrina, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.